You're listening to the Second Opinion Podcast. This podcast has been brought to you by Second Opinion Productions. Gaming is our passion. Podcasting is our profession. Check us out at secondopinionpod.com. Hello, what's going on, guys? It is Salab back again for another episode of the Second Opinion Podcast. I am joined by my partner in crime, Toaster McGee. What's up, Toaster?
Hello, everybody in the Tuesday night podcast listening land.
Yeah, so I know that I had an episode of the podcast yesterday. It was episode 134, and I was in a very ranty mood. I had a little bit some audio issues as well. I just got a new mic. So I'm trying to kind of figure out exactly what the best way of using it, the volume on it and whatever. So today's episode is episode 135, and it's just me and Toaster, and we're going to be talking about some game industry stuff. Mainly, the one thing we're really going to be talking about Destiny and why everybody should stop hating it so much. So first and foremost, let's get down into what have you been drinking, what have you been gaming. Toaster, what have you been drinking, what have you been gaming?
I got in my hand right now the Green Flash West Coast IPA.
Nice.
It's amazing.
It's fantastic.
It's very good. So yeah, I was actually, the running joke has been that when I moved to Florida, I was going to be like, I have no good beer to drink. And
guess what?
There's a store that has beer. They don't have Sculpin in 6-packs, which sucks.
Yeah.
But they do have it in like the bombers I'm used to, so.
Well, that's a good thing, though.
It is, yeah. But the problem with bombers are it's a glass bottle, so you end up drinking it like it's a freaking bottle.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, that was 24 ounces of beer.
That might not have been a good idea.
It was just beer.
I drank it on an empty stomach.
No, always make sure you drink on a full stomach.
Yeah, always make sure you drink on a full stomach.
Not a full stomach, but a stomach enough padding to be an idiot after 3.
Don't do the horrible thing that I did in the first time I had a Dogfish Head 16-minute. I think it was
60. They don't make it 16.
What was it?
It's like an IPA with training wheels that has training wheels for your training wheels.
What was the one that I had? It was the heavy one that you told me you had up there at the tap house.
The 90-minute?
The 90-minute. I had that with no food in my stomach at all.
There's the 60-minute too.
60-minute. It was the 90-minute.
It was the
because it was. I remember whenever I drank it, I was like, "Fucking shit, this is heavy, dude. It's crazy heavy." And I think I had maybe 2 down on an empty stomach, and I was like, "Okay, I'm done." And I told Dara the next day, I was like, Toaster said that this beer was pretty fucking crazy. But I didn't think it was this bad. That's the first time I've ever had just like 2 beers, and I've been like, okay, that's it.
Oh, we didn't play the usual disclaimer before the podcast of like there's going to be cuss words here.
Oh, no, it'll be played.
Oh, will we?
Yeah, right. It's already been played. It's just, we're recording it a little different than what we usually do. So I'm recording it with CallGraph this time because I kind of messed up some stuff. So we'll be back on listening stuff.
Here's your second warning. There's going to be some fucking bad fucking words. So don't listen.
Exactly. Don't fucking listen if you don't like it.
So gaming-wise, I've been playing some Destiny. Throwing some Diablo 3 in there. Mm-hmm. I also downloaded, I actually did the EA Access thing to check it out. And I got Need for Speed Rivals, which seems pretty fun so far.
Yeah. So far. It's a racing game. It's a racing game. It's hard to...
So it's like me.
I don't think I'm ever getting a racing game again. like I was planning on getting the Crew and Drive Club.
It seemed kind of fun at PAX. I won't lie, that was kind of neat.
I think I'm done with racing games.
I think the thing is when you buy a racing game, you have to be, it's a racing game.
Yeah.
You can't be like, this is the most amazing game in the world. No, you got to be like, hey, it's a game that you drive a car and you go around a track repeatedly.
But it's like with racing games and zombie games, they've pretty much oversaturated the market.
Well, yeah, but I mean, honestly, it's the same with any game nowadays. Like, you can't, I don't know, I'm sure.
It's first-person shooters, all that shit's oversaturated now,
So, but I also got a Nintendo emulator for my phone.
Awesome.
I picked up the LG G3, by the way, which is
awesome.
And I've Castlevania 2, Castlevania 3.
I'm sure you've been playing the shit out of that.
Oh yeah, Tetris, Punch-Out, Mario Brothers. What else? Rygar, Battletoads and Double Dragon. 1. I started playing Final Fantasy, like the first Final Fantasy. I call it Toaster's Toilet Time.
It's like that's a new editorial, Toaster's Toilet Time.
Well, I mean, there's crumbs from the toaster, and which is the Twitch stream.
Oh shit!
I am actually going to think about renaming it Toaster Sucks at Shooters.
That's a good one. Each week you can play shooters.
Yeah, or like just listen for Toaster's one-sided conversations. You can't stream the audio from your fire team through Twitch, so they only hear you talking. So as Aaron or Dunny as your party member, you can imagine how that is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's just like I'm like this is like if somebody took LSD, mushrooms, peyote, and did PCP at the same time. It's just horrible. I really don't know. Holy shit. But yeah, it's Destiny's fun, and I initially I'd start playing like old school Nintendo games and be all nostalgic, and then like 10 minutes later, after like I got killed by that fucking Koopa for the 4th fucking time, so fuck this, it's too slow, and it's not pretty enough.
Like I'm done with this.
Now that I have it on my phone, it's amazing.
I'm telling you, dude. Emulators. Which one did you download? Did you download the what is it called? Super or whatever?
No, I just did the straight NES emulator.
Okay. There's one that I want you to check out, and it is a fantastic emulator. If I can find it, while you're, it's called Super GNS. Download that, and like you can download all the games for free. I'm sure, just like with the one that you have. I have like tons of games on there, and it's a fantastic Super NES emulator. Fantastic.
Oh, not even Super NES, man. I'm talking original.
Oh, I know you're talking about original. I'm just talking about Super NES as well.
I have a curse type Nintendo, man. I got Contra.
Yeah.
Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3.
Stupid.
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm guessing you've been playing back through, or no, you're about to download Gauntlet, right? Is that what you were just saying?
I played it at Prime, and
oh, it's good, isn't it? I played it at QuakeCon.
I got stuck with the Elf, and I don't like twin stick shooters.
Yeah.
So the Elf was kind of a pain in the ass. I'm like, why are you shooting that corner? Oh, because I have to move where you're shooting with the other thumbstick.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets a little ridiculous.
It gets
well, drinking wise on my end, I am actually I've been drinking some Sapporo reserve beer, all malt.
You Japanese beer?
Yeah. I haven't had Sapporo in a while, and I saw that they put the malt at the store, so I picked up about 3 or 4 of them. And it's real nice, man. It's a real nice, smooth beer. So
Sapporo is what Budweiser wishes it could taste like.
I'm telling you, man. It's pretty good, but like I said, I've really like my favorite beer to drink now is 90 Shillings Ale. I have to get a little bit more information on it to let you guys know, but it's a fantastic beer. Such a good beer, man. It's crazy. Gaming wise, I haven't played Destiny in like a week. So I've been like, I've really been missing Destiny. I'm gonna go back through and play. Tomorrow I'm actually off. I do have an interview though. I'm about to get another job, or I guess a fourth job or whatever, at Game Exchange, which is a local game store here. Hopefully I'm gonna get it. And I got an interview tomorrow, but I'm gonna be playing some Destiny. I'm also going to be playing some classic games. As I said on episode 134 yesterday, I got a Retron 5. And it's a fantastic console, dude. I don't think I've ever played Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario Brothers at 60 frames per second with 1080p. So it's crazy, man. I have it stretched all the way across the screen. I did the full stretch on it, and it's 1080p, and it looks good. But it's just like, damn, man, like it's crazy to play it like that. So, but I've been playing that, and what else? Today, Dara wasn't having a very good day, so I went and purchased Disney Infinity 2.0 for her. So she's in there playing that right now. I got her the 2.0 starter pack that came with Thor, Black Widow, and Iron Man. And then I also got additional characters for her. I got Groot, Venom.
Disney CEO is just rubbing his genitals with your money.
Probably. But, I started thinking, like, I know this is something that she'll play. And this is something that her and me can also do the gameplay couple with as well. So I was like, I'm sure she'll probably like it, and also like she likes the collector's aspect of having the little figurines. So we'll be able to add that to like all the other figurines and stuff that we had. So if anybody didn't listen to the last episode as well, and I did get her a Minecraft torchlight too. They had one of those up there, so I picked that up for her.
Sitting on a fucking gold mine right now.
I know, dude.
Like they're just seriously like. They have Marvel and Star Wars.
I'm telling you, dude.
Fucking kidding me.
It's crazy.
A video game that requires you to get little figurines to play the game.
I'm actually really scared.
We own Marvel and Star Wars.
The one thing that people really need to worry about, though, like if you're Jewish, watch out, because Disney's... That's horrible, dude.
Are you... You can't say those kind of jokes on the air.
I'm sorry, dude. You just got to think, man. I mean, they own Marvel and Star Wars, so now they're going to be their own world power eventually. They're just going to take over Florida. So you better watch out, Toaster. You're going to be driving to work one day, and there's going to be a fucking Disney police officer pull up behind you with fucking Mickey ears on the car. Like, pull over, sir.
No, you aren't smiling. I don't want to smile.
But you know what though? With you being such a big Star Wars fan,
I'm not happy right now.
Yeah,
you're wearing Mickey Mouse ears and carrying red lights.
So with you being back in Florida, are you gonna go and check out the Star Wars shit they have at Disney now?
They have Star Wars shit.
Yeah, they've had it for a while.
I'm a horrible Star. Maybe
they have a huge Star Wars section.
Well, I know Heather wants to go to Star Wars when she comes down here at some point, so that's gonna happen eventually. I'm just gonna have to get used to the fact that
you're gonna see Goofy walking around in a stormtrooper outfit.
No, it's like the most sarcastic man on earth goes to the happiest place on earth. Watch what happens.
Oh man, you need to live blog that shit.
You should get a GoPro camera like this.
Fuck yeah, dude. That would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
On location.
Okay, so video games coming soon. There's a good little chunk of video games coming soon. I talked about. I know that's like not helping. I keep saying I talked about them yesterday, but some of the ones that are coming out are ones I don't really give two shits about. But like I said, Disney Infinity 2.0 came out today. Forza Horizon 2 comes out on the 30th. Also,
the 30th.
Oh, I know. Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. I can't freaking wait, dude. I'm so excited for it. And I know you are too, because you got to play it at PAX. So.
Oh man,
that's all I heard. I keep.
Like, yeah, I got it, dude. I'm already cutting that off. Like, can we...
I had so many people tweeting out while they were on PAX and like, Shadow Mordor's fucking amazing. Like, ugh, oh my god,
dude. Like seriously, like you know how fluid you wanted Assassin's Creed and Batman to be.
This is how that is.
Oh yeah, it's just like, wait, that guy didn't even give me any clue that I needed to counter, but I just felt the urge to counter. Like, I mean, it's just ridiculous because you just, combos and the stealth aspect of the game, and just the whole, enemy buildup. If one gets away, he becomes a lieutenant or a captain further down the road, and then you build up this nemesis system, and it was pretty cool and very fluid.
Yeah,
and I hope that it lives up to the 10 minutes I got to spend with it at PAX.
I remember there was when was that, dude? There was all these people saying that, or no, there wasn't all these people. There was one person. I guess he was the original coder for Assassin's Creed. He was trying to say that some of the people from Warner Brothers took his code and used it for their game. So I was like, come on, dude. You can't prove that. It just somewhat looks like it. So
it does no.
That's what he was trying to say. He was trying to say, like, whenever you jump up and you're like crawling on the edge of something, that's my code. You could look. It looks exactly like Assassin's Creed.
Okay. So how else are you going to code in the animation?
I was just laughing, dude. I was like, okay.
And grabbing a legend. I'm sure Splinter Cell ripped off your code too. I'm sure Watch Dogs ripped off your code. I'm sure Ninja Gaiden ripped off your code.
Yeah.
What other? Mirror's Edge, baby.
Shit tons of games ripped off your fucking code, you douchebag. So anyways, video games, there's that. There's also Crimes and Punishment Sherlock Holmes that is coming out. Super Smash Brothers is coming out on the 3rd of October. What else? 7th of October, me and Toast are going to be rejoicing again because Alien Isolation comes out.
Yes.
Are you ready, bro? Are you ready for terror?
I am so ready to be just not even terror, just like no hope. I don't know why I keep playing this game. It's gonna get me.
I'm excited, man. Very excited for it.
I won't lie. Initially, when I saw like the Evil Within trailers and all the promotional stuff with that, I was like, oh wow, it's the guy that did Resident Evil and Resident Evil 4, the two best Resident Evils, essentially.
Yeah.
According to most popular game media.
Yeah.
Depending on whether they colluded with each other through email. Oh wait, there's that list.
Push this as the best fucking game ever.
Yeah,
It'll make you look like shit in front of everybody.
Fat Princess is amazing, everybody. Now, to the creator of Fat Princess, your game is probably really great. I just think
it is great. I liked it.
This is an amazing title, just to kind of.
It is.
Want to eat My Little Ponies dipped in sugar.
Yeah, but I gotta say, like, I'm excited for Aliens Isolation. One of the main reasons is the
actually, it's gonna scare you. I think the Evil Within is just gonna make you feel awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah, and like if you do the pre-order, if you did the pre-order at GameStop, you actually got the Last Survivor DLC for free, and the Last Survivor, you actually get to play as Ellen Ripley and the crew. What is it? Expendable.
Crew Expendable is the initial when they're trying to lure the alien off the ship.
Yeah.
And then the Last Survivor, or what was it?
The Last Survivor. Yeah, that's the one. Whenever you play as Ripley, and she's like everybody else is already dead.
Yeah, you just blow up the ship.
And it's so fucking awesome. Like, you're going to play as her fucking daughter. Like, I'm so excited for it, dude.
For me, it was like, I knew the atmosphere in the environment was going to be creepy but familiar to anybody who was like an Alien fan.
Yeah.
Like I actually saw Aliens first, the James Cameron movie that had guns and explosions and this whole heroic super ending. Alien didn't have that and it
No.
was fucking scary.
It's creepy as fuck.
Because like she had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I mean, at least LV-426, I think it is in Aliens, gives you this illusion that there's a planet, and it kind of gives you closure because she killed the queen.
Yeah.
Everything seemed fine, until Charles S. Dutton in Aliens 3.
Yeah.
But like Alien, you were just on this cramped ship, and the length of attention to detail that Creative Assembly went through to build a faithful representation of Ridley Scott's idea was ridiculous. They got all of the production information from Fox or 20th Century Fox. And then when you start playing it, you're like, wow, this really feels like, a bridge between Alien and Aliens. It's the same technology, the same like retro future. This thing could break at any minute and I could die feeling.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, there's dealing with that. And then the first time you see the alien actually come out of the ceiling, I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah. It's totally fucking creepy. And I'll tell you one thing about the game, too, and then we'll move on to the Destiny topic. One thing about the game, too, is the fucking crazy-ass androids that are going to be in the game.
Synthetics.
Yeah, the synthetics. Like, whenever I watched the gameplay trailer that they showed off that had the synthetics in there that were going crazy and fucking like trying to kill you, and one of them was on fire running at you and shit, I was like, holy fuck, dude. Oh my god, could you see playing that shit with like an Oculus Rift? Like, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that.
You just give me a diaper.
Yeah. So what we're going to talk about tonight, we have just a little bit longer on the podcast, but something that me and Toaster really kind of wanted to talk about was Destiny. And like Destiny has been getting a lot of fucking hate here recently, like a shit ton of hate. Like some of the stuff that some of these people are saying, it's completely understandable. I feel the same exact way that there's a lot of times that sometimes I get aggravated whenever I go and I do a loot, like I do a fucking mission and the loot drop on there is shit that I can't even fucking use. It's very aggravating because I'm like, oh my God. At the same time, I look at the value of playing with a friend. Of playing with a friend, like I played with Toaster and Aaron, and we just, we were just grinding through shit. Some of the times I was playing with him, I didn't even know what mission we were doing. We were just going and fucking killing shit. And Toaster was trying to level up, but it was still really fun. Like it was fun to be on there with your friends playing and whatever else, but the aspect of like all these people that are saying like it's a complete shit game. I don't understand where they're coming from. Like Toaster, try to enlighten me like why these people are saying it's fucking shit, because I don't understand.
Well, a lot of people are comparing it to other games. Like, oh, it's just a Mass Effect, Borderlands, Halo clone.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, it's a first-person fucking shooter.
Yeah.
What do you want it to do differently?
Yeah, like that's the thing. I really want to know what they expect from it.
First-person shooter, but it's a first-person shooter made by Bungie.
Yeah.
Who made their money off of fucking Halo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you look in the game, there's actually all sorts of like homages to Halo.
There's a shit ton of them.
If you look at the guy or look at this tower the right way, it looks like the Master Chief's helmet.
Yeah.
So comparing it to, I mean, honestly, comparing it to Mass Effect, Borderlands, and Halo, and I wrote this in an article, is basically like saying a brand new band you heard sounds like they were influenced by Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, and the Pixies. Like, I don't see a fucking problem with that. I really don't.
Yeah.
As for this whole expectation of they didn't bring anything new to the table, what do you want them to do differently?
Yeah, because they don't. That's the thing is the people that are hating on it.
After a game releases, why don't you actively get involved? Try to join an alpha. Try to join a beta. Give feedback. Don't be a dick. Just, hey, try this, or hey, I hope this makes it in.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and to be fair, Destiny, Bungie is trying something brand new. I mean, nobody's really made a first-person shooter MMO on a console.
Yeah.
You have Firefall and you have, other first-person shooter MMOs out there on PC and stuff, but nobody's ever made one on a console. And they're trying to involve both people. I mean, a lot of first-person shooter fans do not play MMOs.
They don't.
A lot of MMO players don't play first-person shooters.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not fun. But we were looking for a story. Now, granted, Destiny's story is pretty fucking vague. It's you have a traveler thing. It did some cool shit. Everything sucks now, and a traveler's dying.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly look at in a way, I think Destiny or Bungie is doing something really new with what they're trying to do. And if this is true, this is the greatest social engineering experiment ever.
Yeah.
I honestly look at levels 1 through 20 in Destiny as a tutorial.
Oh, I agree.
Once you hit level 20, it's okay, now you can play the game.
Yeah.
Now even if you suck, like me, I'm horrible. And I die a lot because I do stupid things. I want to snipe, and sometimes standing there sighting down your sniper rifle while getting rockets thrown at your face is not the best thing to do. So if you're trying to get a pro career in first-person shooters, do not do what I did.
Yeah.
But that face shot is perfect when there's a sliver of life left and everybody's down and they're like, "Oh, this sucks. We do this for an hour." You're like, bam, right in your eye.
And that's the one thing too is that like what you said, I agree. I think that it's I think it's somewhat of a tutorial whenever you get that. I'm still not even at level 20 because I haven't been playing it as much as I was. But it's also the fact of the matter that there's a lot of things going on with Destiny that they plan on pushing across too with DLC, which a lot of people don't like. A lot of people are hating on them for that too, trying to say that, okay, well, you send out basically you send out a game that's not complete, and you want people to go and pay an additional $34 to play extra things, and then we have to wait for Destiny 2 to come out. And blah, 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 before we get the rest of the story. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Same people that'll go and buy the season pass for Call of Duty.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing that is upsetting me about it, is that I'm seeing people say that. I'm seeing people come out and say, well, this is a bunch of bullshit, that a lot of the story isn't in the fucking thing, and whenever the game supposedly is over, it just kind of ends. And it's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, what the fuck about Call of Duty? Call of Duty, most of the times their single player modes fucking suck. It's not the best shit ever.
Those games aren't for the story. That's why.
It's for the multiplayer. It's all about the multiplayer experience.
Yes, it's about the multiplayer experience, not about a well-written dialogue.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude, to hear that kind of bullshit. Hear all these people sit there and talk about that.
I will fully admit it feels like Halo. I'll totally admit that. In fact,
it does.
I have come to start calling my ghost Dinklage Spark 343.
Nice.
Honestly, it's it's no, that's Dinklage Spark 343. Yeah. Seriously, watch. I want somebody to make a red versus blue episode and have the ghost come floating in.
That would be awesome. That would be fantastic.
It'd be like an argument between Deckard Cain and Sean Connery. That's how hilarious that would be. Stay a while. Listen, stop making fun of me.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But like I said, it's just it does upset me.
Well, it goes back to the whole what I said. Call of Duty players don't play World of Warcraft. Just like most World of Warcraft players really don't play Call of Duty. Yeah. I'm sure there's some cross-pollination there because everybody's entitled to their own opinions and their own likes.
Yeah.
But, these people that are bitching about having to buy additional games, well, buy the season pass at Call of Duty. That's what? regurgitated maps, and now you have tanks. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah,
You
you
spent-
have. Okay,
You spent $20 on that.
exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Whereas Destiny, it's like this is an evolving idea. Bungie said that they wanted this game to last 10 years.
Yeah.
You don't come out firing all your guns if you want a game to last 10 years.
Yeah.
Look what happened with World of Warcraft.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm sure Warlords of Draenor are going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to play it because I'm a fan of World of Warcraft. But at the same time, they're pulling the alternate timeline move.
Yeah, they are. But
It's
and speaking of that too, it's,
that with Lens Flare. What are you doing?
yeah, it's like the shit that happened today. Blizzard came out today and announced after 7 years of development of developing Project Titan, which is supposed to be the follow-up MMO for World of Warcraft, they've decided to cancel the product because they didn't feel that it was fun. They felt that it was lacking passion. 7 years of development, and they decided to cancel it. So,
well, I mean, while that sucks because of the time and effort that people have put into it, 7 years now is a real long time to spend developing a game.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have kept with it. Yeah. Or maybe somebody was like, wait a minute, we could devote these resources somewhere. I mean, just because a game title is canceled, it doesn't necessarily mean the idea and the concept are done.
Yeah, true.
There's a lot, especially with 7 years. If 7 years of development, if that's the case, there was a lot that was just turned off.
Yeah.
I'm sure game engines were developed, character skins, ideas, scripts, things like that. So there's a lot of stuff that could be used, and I'm sure there's parts of that game that Blizzard's like, yeah, we can totally reuse that.
Yeah, I'm sure that they probably will. It's also, but it's just, you're looking at it. I'm looking at it in the sense of like, there's a lot of people that don't understand that Bungie has been working on this, on Destiny, and they probably already have maybe, 50 to 60% of the story lined out for what's coming after the DLC packs, But
you have to be patient for the DLC.
Exactly. We got to be patient for it.
Just like you'd wait for an expansion for StarCraft or World of Warcraft or better story content in Watch Dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Mass Effect? All right. Perfect example of DLC that was worth purchasing. Now, first-person shooter fans can be like, well, that has 60 hours of gameplay. Well, yeah, because it had this thing that you guys are unfamiliar with called story. So, like if done right, it can fix a game or, enhance a game. Destiny's already got a really solid foundation, especially when you compare it to things like Borderlands, Mass Effect, and Halo.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it has a really heavy foundation as well. One thing that I really, which a lot of people will probably disagree with me on, and I know that Peter Dinklage, he has it. What did I say?
Dinklage Spark 343. Don't touch them.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I know that there's a lot of times this shit, it gets old of, going to an area, him scanning something, you shooting something, and him going, oh, that was a close one. But it's also, this is the very beginning. This is the very beginning, And, they never came out and said, this is going to be the best fucking game you've ever played. This is going to trump Call of Duty. This is going to trump this. Fuck every other game out there. This is going to, make your fucking mom be a video gamer. They said that it will have an expansive universe. They never said when it was going to happen. They never said day one you will be able to travel completely across the universe and do this and do that. But all right, go ahead.
Just the idea, like one of the loading screens is a warp tunnel.
Yeah.
Or a wormhole. Okay. Like seriously, like that shouldn't, like right there, that shouldn't be like, hey, you might be able to go to other planets besides Mars and Venus.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of people though that whenever that happens, they sit there and they're like, okay, look at this, the fucking loading screen that we have to wait for 4 minutes. to play a fucking game. Oh, you can't. Yeah, it's like fuck, dude. They come up with so much shit to gripe about the fucking game. It's crazy. I just don't understand it.
You need to have patience. I think Destiny is going to be that game that you always come back to.
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing Diablo 3 for a little while because I just didn't feel like playing Destiny for a bit. You know, it's good to break things up. Just like when Shadows of Mordor comes out, I'm going to just destroy that because fun.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing is I'm not a big online shooter fan because I'm not good at it. So I don't like playing with other people who, you know, I could be hindering or they could just be really brutal and I have to be like, oh man, great. You know, that sounds like such a like, oh, I hate the internet. Yeah. But it's true. People on the internet are brutal. Stop being dicks to each other.
They are.
So, but like, I prefer playing with friends. So like if you're on or Dunny's on or we made a new friend, Insano, big shout outs to him. Really funny kid from Waterbury. So it's fun, like playing like that. And, you know, so like, and I'm sure when I'm done with Mordor, I'll come back to Destiny. And by then there'll be more expansive stuff. And you can sit there and argue me like, oh, you shouldn't have had to pay $60 for that. And it's like, you know what?
Fuck you.
We created this idea. We did. Gamers are responsible for this DLC thing. The minute somebody realized that you could make money off of changing somebody's pair of pants in a video game, all right, that was us. Like, you can get purple pants? Really? For $1.50. It was only $1.50.
Yeah. Why not? That's not that bad.
And then it was like, you need more lives to get past this level? That'd be $2. Well, it's just $2. And
yeah.
You have like 6 more hours on this train. You know, I mean, it was just a matter of time before somebody was like, you know, we can just make like half a game and then charge them for the rest of it.
Yeah.
You know, if you really want to take that cynical look at it, yeah, we kind of started that. Like, purple pants, really?
Yeah.
I love my characters in purple pants.
Yeah, and like you said, dude, I mean, we pretty much did that to ourselves. I mean, we, you know, whenever companies came out originally trying to push all this DLC shit, that's what, you know, we're the ones that took the bait. We're the ones that were like, fuck yeah, dude, that's really not that bad of a price. 50 cents for each one of these packs, and there's, you know, 750 packs. That's not that bad. You know, and one company that really did that was Medium Molecule with Little Big Planet. They came out with all these different skin packs. They came out with everything, with all their different stuff. I'm not even going to lie. I have pretty much bought every skin pack for Little Big Planet because I love the game. I love the character creation, so on and so forth. You know, but like what you're saying right now, we're the ones that have built this industry and what it is.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, like the whole demand thing too. Like, great game comes out, and then you're like, I want a sequel. And then they're like, well, it's going to be like 3 or 4 years. Well, no, that's too far.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll make it in a year. All right.
It comes out and it fucking sucks.
Hey, this game's not done. Like, well,
what the fuck, man? Well,
like,
you wanted this shit now.
You're an idiot. Like, more studios need to just put out a quality product when it's done. Like, I rip on World of Warcraft. I do, because it's been around for so long. And, like, it just doesn't matter at this point because nobody is going to come out with a WoW killer, including Blizzard.
Yeah.
So it's just like now it's just like they're like, it's like making fun of Jabba the Hutt, for Christ's sakes. You're not doing anything because you're still going to play the games. You're still going to enjoy them as a company because of what they represent and how energetic they get about their stuff. You know, and Heroes of the Storm's kind of fun from when I played at Prime. Of course, you know, my dumbass had to pick the most complicated character to play.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just think more companies need to be like, well, when's it going to be done? When it's done. And leave it at that. Don't give us any numbers. Just, when's it going to be done? When it's done.
When it's fucking done.
When will then be now? Soon.
Hopefully.
Be patient.
So
like, honestly, you don't have these like cluttered releases. So like a studio that put a lot of effort into their game isn't buried under something like Call of Duty because it's essentially the lowest common denominator of video games.
Yeah.
Or Madden. Everybody has played Madden. I don't care if you are playing the most obscure PC role-playing games. You, at one point, have had a controller in your hand when there's been a football game on console.
Oh,
yeah. It's common speak for video gamers.
Yeah.
So...
Well, it's like with Madden, like speaking of that, Madden 15, I bought it. I told myself I wasn't going to, but I bought it.
You can't not.
I know. My brother's a football coach, so it's hard not to be. But I bought it, but I traded it back in today. I was like, I bought this fucking game. I told myself I wasn't going to. I don't know why the fuck I did, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, with that being said, it's kind of more or less our thoughts on this whole Destiny shit and how they're trying to say that it's a shit game, and it's not. Give it a chance. If you've had your friends try to tell you that Destiny is shit, understand that it's not. You really need to give it a chance. If you like a grinder game, this is going to be the game for you. But you can also play the game with your friends. Go ahead.
If you'd like an MMO, if you were like playing World of Warcraft going, I really like the idea behind this, but I wish it was a first-person shooter.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the fucking thing. That's exactly what it is. It's really fucking fun. You can play with your friends, get them to help you level up, and then start playing the Crucible, dude. The Crucible is fucking fantastic, and I love it. I love it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get down into shout-outs. It wasn't going to be too long of a show today. We'll start out with you, Tosta. Shout-outs.
Shout-outs to John Malkovich in his posing as other movie stars.
I saw that shit today, dude. That was fucking fantastic.
Like, I was looking at Yahoo because apparently the Deadpool movie is being made.
Yes.
Very happy about that. And, like, at the bottom of the article is John Malkovich as Marilyn Monroe. And it's as creepy as you think that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So, yeah, shout-outs to being John Malkovich, doing whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Shout-outs to everybody at Second Opinion. Shout-outs to all of our listeners. Shout-outs to Green Flash IPA. Shout-outs to my girlfriend. Shout-outs to my cat. Shout-outs to everybody.
Hey, did you see the picture of him as the Joker?
No, that sounds terrifying.
Here's the link to it right here. It's fucking crazy. Also, shout-outs to all the Second Opinion crew. Shout-outs to my wife. Shout-outs to just everybody, man. Everybody. Shout-outs to what Toaster said. Shout-outs to John Malkovich for creeping the fuck out of all of us. And that's pretty much it. This is 135 of the Second Opinion Podcast. Make sure to check us out at secondopinionpod.com. Second Opinion Productions, gaming is our passion, podcasting is our profession. Also, make sure to check out Second Opinion on its Twitch page. On my Twitch page, which is twitch.com/S0LEB. On the 27th, me and Zach from Second Opinion will be doing a full 24-hour live stream of Destiny for Extra Live. So head on over to our live stream. Also, make sure to check us out on extralife.com. Do what?
It's terrifying.
Isn't it fucking terrifying, dude? It's creepy as shit. It's totally crazy. Anyway, so with that being said, this is all for the Second Opinion Podcast. Make sure to check us out next week. Well, we'll have a little bit more crazy, stupid-ass bullshit. So, thanks for tuning in. Peace out.
Thanks for tuning in to the Second Opinion Podcast. This podcast has been brought to you by Second Opinion Productions. Gaming is our passion. Podcasting is our profession. Check us out at secondopinionpod.com and make sure to follow us at Second Opinion Pro.